everybody. Welcome to the Preacher and the Prodigy podcast, coming to you live, as always, from the Diamond Vogel Studios here in Pewaukee, Wisconsin. I am the Preacher. This is the Prodigy, and for the last 6 years, we have been podcasting our love of college football. We are fans of everything college football. We love the conferences. We love the teams. We love the NIL deals for Crawford.
Okay.
But we love it all through the lens, as we say, of our fandom of the University of Michigan Wolverines. You're rocking a Michigan shirt. We got Michigan paraphernalia, and we're all just dealing with a Michigan loss. Coming off the 24-13 kind of manhandling.
Yeah,
by the Oklahoma Sooners.
It was a very interesting game, and when you look back at this game, this is fairly similar to Alabama or Ohio State last year in the sense where, Michigan was...
Other than that we lost.
There were a few plays where in the Oklahoma game, Michigan could have made it a tie game or a close game, maybe brought it to overtime, and also 4 plays away from losing 45-10. And so it was just one of those games where whoever made the bigger plays won. It was fairly evenly matched until Oklahoma in the second half started to overpower Michigan in terms of in the trenches, using John Mateer in the run game, and Michigan's reluctancy to using Bryce Underwood in the run game, which ended up costing us.
And make no mistake about it, spiritually, that game was like 40-6 Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Michigan was thoroughly outplayed, and what you and I have been talking about going back to the spring is the weakened offensive line situation was just readily apparent as Brett Venables just sent guys up one level. Michigan had no way of putting the ball over the top of them to get to the empty spaces that the DBs had vacated, and Michigan just got swallowed up at or behind the line of scrimmage time after time after time.
Yeah, Oklahoma definitely did not see a threat from the downfield passing attack, and they just sent everybody up front and made us throw the ball, something Michigan doesn't really like to do, and when they did, Brett Venables' defense came up.
And I think that in addition to the actual scoreboard and the actual loss, another way it was just a rough game to watch was how many times did the camera cut to Michigan trainers and personnel around an injured guy wearing a white jersey and maize pants? It must have been 7 or 8 times.
We just got beat up. Yeah, it was not pretty to watch.
Signs of a team that is not physically mature, that probably doesn't have its S&C in the right position under Justin Truss. So a tough one. Michigan should have a get-right game this Saturday morning against Central Michigan. Early kickoff was the best kickoff. But then after that, on the road to Lincoln, Nebraska, we'll get there a week from today.
Yeah. Should we pick those games? We can start with the Michigan game. Season records, he's 5-6-1. I am 3-8-1, still underperforming for the both of us.
Really? Not trash can on the head territory, but
we're close.
We're holding
Fine
the trash
line.
can.
Louisville was the push last week. I was on the edge of my seat watching our left side screen, just praying that Louisville would get a push. The fiasco at the end where it's like, are we going for 2? We're not going for 2. Really fun game to watch if you're a better down in Vegas. But moving on to this
Especially if you own a casino, because
you made a lot of money.
You said.
Moving on to this week, Michigan hosting Central Michigan, like you said, Biff Poggi. My weird prediction ended up being correct, as I had said previously on this podcast earlier this season. Biff Poggi stepping in as the interim head coach in Sharon Moore's absentee. I really like this pick. I liked this pick since the beginning of the season, since it allows the rest of the coordinators to keep doing their jobs, not have to step out into something they might not be uncomfortable or doing, or just put more stress on them. Biff Poggi has been a head coach. He's not been a successful head coach necessarily, but he has been in that position more than any other coach on the team.
Yeah. It wasn't a crazy prediction. I kind of thought it would be Steve Kasula, which would move just temporarily Grant Newsom back to tight ends, Juan Kessier to the O-line. Doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. We have Michigan. Are we actually picking this game for the record?
Sure. 27.5. What do you like? I can go first. We have 6 games this week, including the Michigan game, so it won't end up mattering. I like Central in this game. Michigan in the last few years, I have tried to stay with Michigan covering the spread against these lower tier opponents, and they have not done so with consistency. 2023 even, they underperformed against group of 5 opponents. So I'm going to take Central Michigan here. I still think Michigan wins this game handily, but more to the tune of 34-14. So
I think Michigan gets right here, 42-10.
all right. Moving on to the bigger games this week. Maybe not a nationally watched game, but a watched game for us diehard fans, sort of our beloved Wyoming Cowboys. This probably is the only time we're going to be picking their game this week, but they are hosting the 20th ranked Utah Utes, who have looked spectacular for the first 2 weeks of the season. This is really a good chance for Wyoming to make a national name, kind of a USF look almost, not as saying they're as good of a team, but maybe crazy upset. The only issue is Utah's favored by 23.5. Mm-hmm. Do you have any good opinion on, if Utah's going to win this game by 4 touchdowns, or if you think that Wyoming has enough to keep it close? What do you like this one?
I'm going to take the Utes. I think Utah looks like a really good team this year. I love the Cowboys. Love everything that happens at War Memorial Stadium. Love Laramie. Love the citizens of Laramie. Love all of the business owners in Laramie. Love the street vendors. Mm-hmm. Everyone who comes out to water the flowers all summer long to make the city beautiful for the Utah Utes coming in. Utah's a much better team than the Utes.
I agree. Utah wins. They continue to roll. They went to the Rose Bowl and handled UCLA. I think.
And honestly, a bunch of people are going to be Utah fans anyway, too.
Yeah, it'll be a packed house, but not packed with Wyoming fans necessarily. Yeah. All right, we agree. Moving on, let's go to the 2:30 window for a 3:15 game. The upstart almost come out of nowhere. USF Bulls, now in the top 20, looking to take down another in-state opponent in the 5th-ranked Miami Hurricanes. Now Miami has to give a little more attention to USF, maybe because the attention that USF has garnered after upsetting Billy Napier's squad.
What is that line at here?
Line of this game is Miami minus 17.5. Hosting, it's an interesting line because I think USF's ranking kind of buffers how good they might be. This is kind of a hype look for them.
What's the OU on that? Do we have that?
Give me a second. It's my turn to pick. Over-under's at 56.5, so that's like I'm not doing good at doing math. Like a
56.5, so yeah.
37 to 20 game.
Mm-hmm.
36 to 20 game.
I would love the under on that.
Yeah.
A ton of points, but
I think I like the under, not that we're picking that, but I also like a Miami cover. I think Miami has learned from teams' mistakes in the past, Boise's and Florida's mistakes in not being able to stop Byron Brown in the run game. I think Miami has the capability to do that with much more talent on the defensive side of the ball. And I think, it'll be a Mario Cristobal game, so I think this game could very well end up being, 34-37 to 13. Just since USF is overmatched and Miami hasn't seemed to mess around so far this year, I think they continue to do that at home, and USF gets bumped down maybe back out of the top 25.
17.5, right?
Yes.
Because I was thinking to myself, maybe 34-17. I guess.
But that'd be a USF cover.
I guess that gives me the USF cover.
So give me the U.
I'm gonna take the Bulls with a lot of margin for error there. I think they have Miami's attention, but I also think South Florida's a team playing with a lot of confidence right now. Miami's going to win the game. I believe that. But USF just went into the Swamp, and I think the Swamp's a much tougher place to play than is Hard Rock Stadium.
But I do think Miami is a much tougher team to play.
Let's
talk about the team that USF just beat Florida, leaving the swamp, heading to Death Valley to play at the third-ranked LSU Tigers. Even though Florida is unranked and LSU is number 3 in the country, LSU at home in a night game is only favored. Now it's at a touchdown even. Now it's LSU minus 7. Yeah. So that line has gone up fairly significantly, but still only 7. When you look at this at face value, it seems like way too low. This is really interesting. This is kind of a newer rivalry with the lost divisions. A lot of weird things have happened. We've had thrown cleats a couple years back. You remember that? Mm-hmm. It ended up costing, I think it was Florida who threw the cleat. Anyways, who do you like in this
that one? And what was it? The barking dog in the old Miss MSU game.
Oh, was it the peeing dog? I think it was the peeing dog and the missed extra point.
The lifted leg in the Egg Bowl.
Something.
Hijinks in the
late night rivalry games in the SEC. Yeah.
I agree. I'm going to take LSU to win and cover. I think Billy Napier's on skates, man, and I think he'll fight hard. This game might be 23-20 going to the fourth quarter. I think LSU gets a late score and covers. Give me the Tigers. Ed Orgeron's Tigers.
This line is very interesting to me. It's almost like Vegas is trying to bait you into taking LSU to cover. And I'm going to take that bait because LSU...
We both did.
LSU is very good in home night games.
The worm is delicious.
I just think LSU overmatches Florida. I don't think Florida has better coaching than
Senior
LSU.
Senior quarterback versus sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, sophomore quarterback. As good as DJ Legway is going into Death Valley, give me LSU cover. Maybe a lower scoring game, but still go Tigers. Let's move back up to Big Ten territory where an SEC team, the Texas A&M Aggies, go on a road game. We don't see this very often to Notre Dame.
It's a back end of a home and home, though, right? Notre Dame was there last year.
Yes, yeah. Notre Dame is favored by 6.5. This is also a night game. I'll pick this game. I'm going to take Texas A&M. I had Texas A&M in my playoffs going into the year. I think this is going to be a very low-scoring game, a game that probably gets done half hour before the LSU game does, just because the clock is just going to keep running and running and running. There's going to be a lot of running in this game. I think both teams are fairly evenly matched. When it comes to that aspect, I just like Notre Dame at home a little bit more. Maybe a late interception from Marcel Reed.
Wait a minute.
Puts Aggies...
I
like a Notre Dame win. I like a Texas A&M cover.
Right.
It's a close game throughout, but I think Notre Dame will get it done in the end. Maybe a 20-17 win. But I like Texas A&M cover. Although that 6.5 and that 7.5 is a little interesting, but still give me the Aggies cover. Cover, not win.
Man, go big or go home. I'm going to take the Aggies to win the game.
Woo!
Not convinced on CJ Carr this
year.
I love Jeremiah Love. You know that, my Heisman pick for this year, but. I'm gonna put some trust in Mike Elko getting a program-defining win. Let's go all the way with the Aggies, so we agree.
Ty is shivering.
I know, and I had Notre Dame in my top 6, I think, to start the year, but
this is a game he's worried about.
Sometimes it's crazy. Sometimes my predictions are wrong. It's wild.
Back down to SEC country, we head to Rocky Top, where College Game Day will be. Got moved from the Death Valley to Rocky Top, where the 15th ranked Tennessee Volunteers are hosting
WLIL's own Tennessee Volunteers
down in Knoxville. Despite it being a road game, Georgia's favored by 3 in the hook. Do you have to pick or do I have to pick?
You have to pick.
I have to pick. I like Georgia in this game. I think Tennessee gets their rankings and how good they look gets a little bit ballooned up. The teams they're playing, they won by 50 last week, but they're also playing a lower tier FCS opponent. I like Georgia in this game. Georgia has kind of owned Tennessee. Whenever these bigger matches have occurred, Georgia seemed to have the answers. We saw that in 2022 when Hendon Hooker had his incredible season. Give me the Dogs to win this game and to cover that 3.5 point spread. Just like Georgia's too consistent.
So is this game, in my mind, the question is this game like Georgia going to Texas last year, in which Georgia just really beat up Texas, or is it like Georgia going to Bama last year, in which Bama jumped all over Georgia?
I just don't see any possible way that Tennessee can jump all over Georgia like Alabama did, because Alabama has the spark, and I don't know if Tennessee has that this year.
We'll find out. I'm taking Tennessee.
Okay.
Neyland Stadium. It's a lot of crowd there, a lot of people, a lot of history, a lot of Rocky Toppers, a lot of bronzed dogs, a lot of people coming in on boats, and a lot of WLIL listeners. Give me those Vols to win the game. All right.
You are spicy this episode.
It's late.
I like
this
it.
podcast is late in the week, and we're recording late at night.
Yeah, and we've had this one coming after having some boring episodes picking games. But I like this. Nice. Sweet. This will be a fun weekend to watch. Unfortunately, I will not be able to watch probably the first half of the Michigan game. I have a cross-country meet in South Milwaukee, so I'll be missing that. But, yeah, we're going to have a good team this year.
What's the over-under on you running in 1930? You got to go
I
first.
would take, yeah. Probably the over, but not by much. I don't know what the money line on that would be. Over under 1930.
You cannot gamble on Wisconsin high school.
We have seen that even in NCAA basketball, a lot of basketball players today got suspended for gambling on themselves. Maybe 13. So I will not be doing that. I would like to continue playing my athletic endeavors.
All right. Well, we shall see. And look at this. The internet held up the whole time. We've had terrible internet service this week, but for some reason, in this moment in time,
It's meant to be.
Spectrum pulled it together the same way that Texas A&M will, under the outstretched arms of Touchdown Jesus in South Bend, Indiana. Until next time, I'm the preacher.
The prodigy.
Pox.
Deuces.